I hear this is, yet again, the hardest MOC we've ever had, and I can kind of see why with Flame Reaver, because this is a boss that is designed for a character who's not in the game yet. So I can see him being difficult. This side has Kafka on it. Now this side is definitely for Mydei, especially with the buff being a bit for Mydei, a bit for Castorice. But this side is 100% for Mydei, and I kinda don't want to play Rappa because I play Rappa every rotation into Imaginary Week. So we're gonna use Herta on this side for sure. For this side though, I'm just gonna bring Fei Zhao, I think. I mean, I actually, just because I'm curious to see how it'll perform, we have a fire weakness on each wave. Let's try Firefly for once. I'm sure I'll end up using Herta Fei Zhao for the zero cycle eventually, but because I have heard that this is a notably easier zero cycle. Any team that could do Trusting can apparently do Kafka, or any team that could do Trusting off element can apparently do Kafka, and I feel like Flame Reaver's probably a little easier than Flame Reaver is probably a little easier than Nikador to actually manage. And I gotta say, after labbing out all of that zero cycling the past couple weeks, I'm not used to playing with sustain in endgame, and I hate it. Because I love playing, I enjoy sustains. They're just neat units. I like what they bring to an account, and I don't like that I haven't been using them in order to play sustainless, but sustainless was definitely necessary to zero cycle that last rotation, so this might kill. Watch me zero cycle with sustain. I'm just gonna... I could've, if I sent the Tribbie ult early. This is a pure single target fight. No, it is not. Okay. I should have waited on the Herta ult. Oh well. It's my first run. I just want to record this, make a thumbnail, go to bed. I wish I could have played some more Xenoblade today. I didn't get a chance to really do that because Pathfinder into having to do all of my HSR, or all of my MiHoYo weeklies in general. Huohuo's SP is rough on this team. But, what was I going to say? Playing, I had to do my gacha weeklies by the time I was finally ready to... Because there was also a Smash tournament tonight. There was Battle of BC, and big Glutony fan had to watch him win. Big Spargo hater had to watch him lose, so... Huohuo's SP is really rough on this team, I'm noticing. I didn't realize it was ever this much of a problem. I guess maybe I should... Well, no, because Lingsha would also be kind of problematic. Okay, he's on bar 2. But yeah, I had to... And because I think BC is on the west coast, I'm not familiar with Canadian geography. But I believe British Columbia is west coast. Meaning, not only were they running late, but it was... The tournament was running pretty late in general. So... Well, what I'm trying to say is not only was the tournament itself running behind schedule, it's 3 hours behind Eastern Standard Time. So Grands finished up at like 2 a.m. We're gonna normal here so we can Tribbie E. And we'll save a cycle. Or this should kill? We're gonna Tribbie fall. Ah, no, this isn't gonna do 42 or 40 or 50%. Yeah. I can definitely see the issue people are having with this fight. I'm gonna do a Huohuo skill and a Serval normal here. I know technically you're supposed to do Herta normals over Serval, but I just needed to be able to get that Huohuo heal. This is only the second time we've seen this fight since the story. This is fresh endgame rotation, and I mean, that was true for Nikador as well, but I feel you fought Nikador multiple times in the story, if memory serves, and not just as gimmick fights, because there is a second Flame Reaver fight, but the first one is a forced loss, so I don't know. We're working with a fight here that was designed for a unit that doesn't exist, on an MOC buff for a unit that doesn't exist, that I'm also extremely unfamiliar with. So 4 cycles, kind of rough for Herta, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to cut that down with Herta. Hopefully Castorice will be able to do it, but Castorice feels like a character who's going to be able to clear consistently very well, but not fast very well, kind of like Rappa. We're gonna buff Firefly. Put this into you because you're not naturally fire weak. I'm kind of just set to, as soon as I pop this. This is my first time actually showing my Firefly in gameplay on the channel. She's E2. I would love to get her E6, but the fact that E4 through, or E3 through E5 are such negligible upgrades makes me a little hesitant to continue. She is my second favorite character in the game, and I would love to E6 her, but I just feel like it's not really in the cards, and I gotta find a new DPS. You've seen the rest of this team plenty because I play Rappa all the time. I also try to not play Firefly a lot because I feel like she's my panic button. She is my, I have nothing else to do and I need to pull a unit out. I'm not gonna bother. I should have actually, no, because Resurgence is on cooldown. Or, no, it wasn't. Okay, I threw there. But I do want to, it's weird having to think about not, like, trying to optimize cycles. Because I'm so used to trying to optimize cycles recently. And Kafka's going to start Fire Week, which is big. Fuyuen's going to get some hits. But yeah, I would love to play some more Xenoblade. I'm really behind, which sucks because the game's very fun. Oh, that's obnoxious. Does that not cleanse her? You'd think the 50% extra effect res she gets during her, or, no, is that E4? Am I misremembering? She has effect res in her kit somewhere, right? What is her active effect res? Yeah, she has 64 effect res. I just got unlucky. Big damage here. The health pool is definitely, like, noticeably larger. 700k, and it, oh, I did not need to. I'm not playing very well. Evidently. We'll sync that into you, and then sync this into you. Although, no, because Fuyuen's gonna steal it anyways, yeah. I was gonna try and see if I could save that for Firefly to get an E2 proc, but not the case. And I do believe, in fact, you are able to, yep, with E2, or is it E1? It's the skill not take skill points. I think that's E1. Yeah, because from Shattered Sky, free fall is E2. I'm sorry for all the random bullshit. I haven't played Firefly in endgame context in a while. This team's actually going to be getting some upgrades soon, though. With the anniversary. I wanted to talk about the anniversary before it happened, so I would be able to talk about my predictions for it. But we had the anniversary stream, and this team is going to be getting both Luocha's Light Cone for Lingsha and E1 Ruan Mei at the anniversary, which pretty wild. I begged for a free Ruan Mei in 1.6 and everyone called me delusional, but now we're getting it. 24 cycles, not my cleanest. That was fine though. I can definitely cut that down. I'll definitely play to optimize it. I'll probably do like a Castorice showcase when she comes out. My funds aren't the best right now. Scraped together a little over 2 10 pulls since the Tribbie and Yunli banner ended. I haven't done the Akuma event yet. Or not the Akuma, I guess it is Akuma. And there's a lot of stuff I haven't done yet. I also have 7 of these. We're gonna get 5 of these tomorrow, so that's another 10 pull. I'll have like 40 pulls, 50 maybe going into Castorice's banner, and ideally all of the new content and anniversary rewards. I'll be able to get E0S1 pretty easily, and then E2S1 from the shop update, which, because of the spending event and the ability to bank another guaranteed limited unit, and get the light cone for Lingsha, because right now I'm on What Is Real, and I'd really, really like to get... I mean, I'd like her light cone, realistically, but Luocha's light cone, very good option for her, and she can run it as a hyper carry as well. I can try her as a hyper carry if I give her Luocha's light cone. So, I'm going to be getting some pretty big upgrades for my break teams, because this Ruan Mei E1 is huge. Unfortunately, Ruan Mei E2 kind of not great for break teams, because of just how the damage stack kind of works, I guess. The formula, this is applied at a later state than break damage, which means it doesn't affect Firefly's break effect scaling. But this is crazy, and that might actually put my team into not necessarily contention for being fully optimal again, but it might make it pretty strong. I feel like last ramble of the video, I feel like they're trying to phase Firefly out of the meta. With all of... I mean, every patch cycle has the DPS they try to get rid of. We had Sela in early 1.x, when they were trying to sell Danhong IL. We had Jingliu and Penacony when they were trying to sell Acheron and Firefly. We had, I guess, kind of Danhong during the Xianzhou revisit. And we've had Firefly during Amphorius, the unit that they kind of try to force out of the meta manually, and don't release any new units of their element as a result. So, yeah. I'm hoping that with the addition of a stronger Lingsha and a much stronger Ruan Mei, that my Firefly can pop off again. And other characters that I could see popping off again. I mean, Sela, her cons don't really do anything, but having access to these will be great. Fushuen E1 could give her a place on teams again. And while I have a hot take about buffs, in that I think if handled poorly, they could hurt the game. Jingliu buffs could help my account. So I would like that. But, I don't know. Let me know what you all think about the anniversary, about the buffs, if you're going to be taking Ruan, Mei, or Luocha, and how you did on this MOC, because this one was a little, like, this is tougher than I expected, although not familiar with the mechanics at all. But thank you for watching, and I'm pretty sure the next video is probably going to be Castorice related, unless I do something not Huohuo related in the interim. But thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.